Okay. Ford's EcoSport has been around for about 10 years now, and they've sold about 75,000 of them in South Africa so far, at about 700 a month currently, which is quite exceptional and really impressive, because it was basically the forerunner of the compact SUV crossover, call it what you want, category in South Africa. They've just launched a special edition, and Ford have become experts at special editions lately. This one is called the Active, and it's in a very interesting color, isn't it? This yellow we've got over here. It's almost a gold to me. But anyway, what they've done is they've brought in the Active model based on the trend, just below the titanium spec level, just to get into where it fits in the hierarchy of the EcoSport range. So you've got a few little features on the front of the car. For example, you've got the fog lights, you've got the black grille over here, the different treatment on the black grille, and you've got the black lip spoiler underneath over there. Those are some of the features of this specific model that really make it stand out. Also remembering that this color is exclusive to the Active version. And there are a couple of really nice, there's a grey metallic and a white non-metallic in the range. Something else that's exclusive to this model is these really smart looking two-tone 17-inch mag wheels, alloy wheels. They look good. The extra cladding over the wheel arch is also exclusive to the Active. And there you see the name Active. Just for example, the black roof rails. These are all features of this particular model of the Active that they've brought in as well. Even the black capping on the mirrors, for example. So you've got a lot of the contrasting with the black color and the black over there. We'll pop open the back door just to give you an idea of the EcoSport, but it is very standard EcoSport. You're used to it. Possibly a tiny bit cramped in the back seat. And that's something you're just going to accept compared to a lot of the opposition on the market these days. But what you do get on the Active is the leather seats, for example, with some contrast stitching on them as well. So again, a nice feature. Coming around to the rear of the car, and of course you get the EcoSport features at the back. The spare wheel mounted on the rear. I can't call it a hatch because remember, EcoSport opens sideways. So it's not a rear hatch, it's a rear door. But with that mounted on it, it's got again the black treatment on the back bumper and features like that that you can see very clearly. You've got park distance control at the back. You've got all those features. And what is nice on the boot, for example, is the fact that you haven't got a loading lip at all. It's just pretty level and easy to load. And it's a nice high boot. So you've got probably 400 litres of boot space over there in that range. Decent sized boot. This little cover over here to cover it you can take out. Obviously, all those kind of features you get very, very standard. Now, remembering Ford's amazing little 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine. Features over here as well. So you've got 92 kilowatts, 170 Newton meters of torque. It's a peppy engine. It won World Engine of the Year a number of times. It's also been around for a while, but quite honestly, it's still with the game. It's still right up there with the opposition and the trends of the market these days. There's no issue with it whatsoever. Mated exclusively on the Active to the 6-speed torque converter standard automatic transmission. Smooth, comfortable, easy, peppy, it revs, it goes nicely. I did find the gearbox hunting a little bit on our drive out to the Hearties area, and you'll see we're in the middle of nowhere filming for you right now. It did hunt a little bit, but maybe that was how I was driving, I don't know. Not serious in my book. We'll see it a bit on the road. I'll show you the inside and you can see exactly what this is all about. I'm with Felix Sabata, the product comms specialist at Ford South Africa. Felix, thanks for a nice launch event. Short but really nice one. And on your new little baby, the EcoSport Active. What have you done to make this active and make it different?
Awesome. Thanks for coming through, Ellen. So yeah, we are at the Hyatt in Johannesburg for the launch of the new Ford EcoSport Active. So what makes the Active an Active?
Right.
Cool. We'll start with some really funky cladding along the wheel arches there.
Right.
Gives it a really nice adventurous off-roadish looking persona
Right.
that sets it apart from its trend siblings. You have everybody needs to know which car you're driving, the Active badge on the fenders, on the two sides. But what really stands out and what I personally like about this, the 17-inch model-specific alloy wheels. Don't
And
they really look
good,
nice?
eh?
Hey?
They look so good.
Totally stunning.
Yeah.
And then you get some black styling details around the vehicle. The mirror caps are gloss black, matching the painted black roof rails.
Right.
And then move to the front, around the headlights, the fog light bezels, the grille, all finished in black.
Right, so it stands out, and the contrast.
Totally stands out. But the enhancements don't finish on the outside, hey?
Okay.
You come inside, you have a key here. Perhaps it will give me an opportunity to demonstrate something else. We're gonna look inside. The leather seats come standard,
Right.
and they are embossed, branded EcoSport Active. I'll show
Okay.
you now when we do a Ford
Right.
Pass demo. So
But now there's something else that the car's got that I'm impressed by. That's the active braking and the safety.
collision mitigation
Right.
system, that's standard on this, something that you be hard pressed to find in any car of this price.
Okay.
That's not the only thing. 7 airbags, also something that's quite a, how do you say, a bench setter in this segment.
Right now, there's something else, of course, and that is this seriously funky, different color.
This is called Lux Yellow. This is our launch color, but if you are a little bit of a down to earth, don't want to stand out too much, you can also get it in white, you get it in gray, and you get it in silver.
Okay, but I like this.
I personally like this one too.
If you're going to stand out from the crowd, do it properly.
Exactly. You don't buy a EcoSport Active to blend in. No, the best way to blend in is to stand out.
Yeah,
That's what I
absolutely,
say.
Absolutely. Felix, thanks for a good event. The EcoSport's been such a success for you guys. You're going to keep it going a bit longer, aren't you?
Indeed. So this is going, the EcoSport remains on sale.
Right?
And the entire model lineup, Ambiente, Ambiente Black, Trend, Active, and our top of the range Titanium.
Oh, wow, yeah.
All of them from the Trend upwards, equipped with our,
The amazing Ford Pass.
that's it.
Aha, you want to show me how that works?
I'm gonna do a quick demo for you.
Okay,
I don't know if you wanna pause or should we just keep it rolling?
let's keep it rolling.
Let's keep it rolling.
There we go,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Which one do I have here? So how it works, you add your vehicle. So these are the number of cars that I have in my garage.
Okay, whoa.
No bragging there. So we'll choose this one. That would be EcoSport Active. And from here, you're able to start the vehicle from your cell phone,
Yeah?
lock and unlock the doors, get some vehicle info, odometer, your fuel levels, and location where your vehicle is parked.
Oh, wow.
You saw when I tried to open the doors, they were locked.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can unlock this vehicle and gain access to it. That depending on the strength of your signal.
Right. But I get the idea, so don't worry. And it opens the car
It
like
will-
that.
it will
And the other
definitely
big
pop
feature
open.
is you can start it in the morning when it's cold.
You can
Let the
schedule
car
it.
warm up.
There
before
we
you
go.
in.
That was not too
It's just
long.
open. There we go. Can you believe it?
And there you can see the interior that we spoke about. Get our sync touchscreen system.
Yeah, of course, and your sync system, which is top
dude.
class.
This is, honestly, can't do better than this at this price range.
No, for sure. Because let's just show you like that.
That's our
There's the
spec
price.
sheet.
393,700 rand. Now, to put that into context, Felix, because what I find interesting, basically it's 18,000 rand more than the Trend automatic that it's based on.
That's true.
Now, look what you're getting for 18,000 rand.
All of that,
I mean, you'd pay 10,000 rand just
Bro.
for leather trim, right?
proper swag.
Am I right?
Ain't
10
a
grand
bargain.
for leather.
Yeah. If you go in
Yeah, if
spec
you're
on
gonna add
spec,
it,
spec
yeah.
later, that's true. But you're
So-
getting a standard here.
But you're getting collision mitigation, you're getting the mag wheels,
All-
you're getting the extra
All
trim,
included.
All included.
All included.
Oh, value for money.
Hundreds.
Fantastic. Felix, thanks a lot for a nice event.
Ellen, thank you
I
for
look forward
coming
to seeing you
through.
at the next one.
We'll see you around.
Thanks. driving the EcoSport Active, and it applies to any EcoSport as far as I'm concerned, you can see we're testing the crossover SUV feature of it right now by bringing it onto a little bit of a dirt road. It's just a tiny dirt road, it's nothing serious, but of course it checks and tests the ground clearance, and it tests the ability to drive on dirt. And I must say, coming along now, okay, a bit of a bump there, but here we go, and you'll see getting it up to about 60 k's an hour on the dirt. It's smooth, it's comfortable, it handles it well, it's very, very stable, in fact, which is something that we noticed on our way up to this little location that we're using for filming. So overall, it certainly fills the role. And isn't that what you want? You want a car that can fill the role, not just on tar, not just on suburbia and the urban cruise and the urban grind, but if you want to go off the beaten track, you want to adventure a little bit, or anything in that line, that you've got that ability. This little 1 litre 3-cylinder engine, 92 kilowatts, is pretty good. 170 Newton meters, again, very adequate, nice. It's easy, it's comfortable. You've got to be careful with this engine. If you ring it a little bit and you drive it harder, you're going to use fuel. I've got to warn you about that. It's not going to be the lightest in the world. But that applies to all engines of this type. I'm not criticizing the Ford engine at all, because it really is typical of these engines. If you want to enjoy the actual performance, you're going to ring it slightly, you're going to rev it a little bit, and it's going to use a bit more fuel. Then you can probably look at 8 to 9 liters per 100. You want to cruise at 120 all day, you'll get it down in the 6s. Simple as that. But overall, I must tell you, it's a very comfortable place to be. It's very relaxed, it's very easy, and just doing the job of what you expect. What it says on the tin is what it's doing. And isn't that what always counts when you're looking to buy your next car? Well, now I've just handed the wheel to my co-driver for the day, Sean Corsten. How's it, Sean?
Oh, good, Alan. How are you?
Yeah, no, pleasant day today, thanks to your company.
Yeah, great stuff.
And let me just tell you, if anybody knows who Sean is, he's done some camera work for me today, so thanks for that, pal.
Hopefully it's good, guys.
Of course it will be, man. The expert. The man who knows what he's doing. Sean, this EcoSport Active.
It's very
What do you
nice. It is very nice. One thing, like you mentioned earlier, this engine is lovely.
It's a peach.
It really is a lovely, lovely engine. It punches well above its weight, and it performs very nicely, except for the fuel consumption. So we're currently on 10 liters per 100 kilometers, and Alan's been driving, so it's been quite gentle.
Yeah, but I must tell you, it was actually on 11 or 12 when we left.
Okay.
I didn't zero it.
Oh, wow.
So I have brought it down.
But that's still a little bit too high for me for a small capacity turbo. But
for this engine, it is way too high.
Yeah, but it depends how you drive your car.
Yeah.
Well then, gearbox is okay. It's not the best gearbox. You said it hunts. It does tend to hunt a little bit, and I find sometimes it does tend to hold on to gears a little bit too long. But other than that, I think it's a really, really great little engine, great little package. Overall, the EcoSport is nice. It is a very, very nice car. I mean, 700 odd a month is proof of that.
Yeah, well, that's brilliant by South African standards.
Yes, it is. Although you do feel in certain aspects that this product is aging a little bit. I don't think the quality of the ride is as good as some of its competition. And I feel it's a little bit more cramped in here than in other cars.
To me, that's where it shows its age more than anything.
Yes, it's a bit too cramped, it's a bit too snug in here, and you can see how Ford has moved on in terms of its interior design and how they lay out things, and this is just a little bit older in its execution. But by saying that, it is in no way bad. I think the materials are still great quality. It's just showing its age a little bit, but that consumers don't seem to matter that.
No, obviously not. But there's also, there's also the theory, and it's been proven many times, that the longer the assembly and build life of a model, the better they get.
100%.
Because of course the assembly staff, the assembly line guys, get more and more practiced at building a particular car.
100%, and they can iron out all the issues that you experience.
That's it, yeah. So buying an older car that's been in production for a while,
yes,
there are advantages.
There is advantages. That's why they said the D-Max, the best D-Max you can ever buy is the last one.
Yeah, correct.
Because you will have no issues with that car. Talking about tech and spec, you do have forward collision warning.
Yeah.
all the active,
And the active braking even, not just the warning.
Exactly, which is fantastic, I think, in this level. And they have to do that in order to keep up with some of the Chinese products that are entering our market that have these features as standard pretty much across the range.
Well, so, they've kept it relevant like that.
Exactly, which is great. The sync system, I think, is fantastic. I really do think Ford's sync system is one of the best systems.
It's the leading one. That's no doubt.
Really do, especially in this segment, in this area, I think it's a fantastic system. And like you mentioned, I think the Ford Pass is a very, very cool feature. It really is, from a safety perspective, and you can track your car.
Well, that's it.
You don't need a tracker of sort of, because you can track your car wherever you go, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Overall, I think it's a solid car that's been around for a long time. I will admit it would be nice to see a newer version, but if you are looking for this one and you do like it, you won't go wrong with it. You really won't.
I've got to actually give credit to the Ford marketing team here, because this is a great marketing exercise.
It is, yes.
On keeping an older car relevant, competitive. They've upped the game with the tech, with the electronics, with everything like that.
Yes.
So it's an older body, but with up-to-date insides, if I can call it.
100%. And that's to me what keeps it relevant. But it's a matter of keeping relevant, and that's where I think the problem really does lie with the EcoSport, is it has to remain relevant in the face of all these new competitors coming in. So that's a challenge for Ford. There were rumors that they were going to axe the EcoSport.
No, these are coming from Europe now, so not from India anymore. So it looks like that won't happen in the relatively short term anyway.
Yes.
So don't stress that you're buying a car that's about to be discontinued.
100%.
Also important to buyers.
Yes, 100% is that if it's discontinued. 100%.
Keep that in mind as well, folks. Overall summary?
I think it's as solid as what it was when I drove it like 5, 6, 7 years ago. To be quite honest with you, it still feels like the same car, but that's good. It's a good thing, because the EcoSport is a very, very nice car. And in the face of all these other competitors, the fact that the consumers, are still buying it is just proof enough.
Says a lot. It really does.
It really does.
Sure. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you.
Thanks for the drive together.
Okay, Alan. Awesome stuff.
All right, cool. Inside the EcoSport, of course, you can see I'm sitting behind the wheel. It's nice and comfortable. It's got all the features you'd expect and that you'd want. Something that this car has that I think is really impressive is the fact that it has got autonomous emergency braking. So it's got active safety there as well. 7 airbags. Those are competitive features in this category, and I think they are very, very important. You've, of course, got Ford's nice touch screen over here. And a bit of a disappointment in my book is the fact that it doesn't have a reverse camera as such. It's got the park distance control, the beepers, etc. It'll show you, but it doesn't actually have a reverse camera. But it could also be, where would you put it on that rear door with the spare wheel mounted the way it is? So that's something to think about. But I don't think it's a train smash. It's not that big a vehicle. The 6-speed automatic gearbox I described to you just now, smooth, comfortable, easy, no problem. And nice fact, you've got 2 USBs down here for the front. So again, good features those, and they make a difference. Something else that, of course, is featuring on this car, and I think is going to filter through most of the Ford range, is they call it Ford Pass, which is an app that you link to your phone that links the car. And for example, you can start the car remotely from your phone, I suppose, in the garage. And in cold weather, in cold climates, just picture letting the car warm up while it's in the garage, while you're still enjoying your morning coffee before you leave for work. It's little things like that that I think are actually quite nice, and just keeping it current by doing things like that, that they're actually adding those features. You look around the interior, they've actually got, for Active, they've got the Active logo on the seats. Just a little thing to make you realize you're in a slightly more special version of the car, and that's what counts. Okay, so where does this come in now price wise? Because that's what you really want to know, don't you? Well, you're going to pay about an 18,000 Rand premium over a trend automatic model, which is not a lot when you consider you're getting the distinctive color, a few little treatments on the exterior like the grille and the lip spoilers, etc. You're getting those distinctive special mag wheels. You're getting leather, and you're getting Ford Pass. Sounds like a bargain for 18,000 Rand to me. So I think what could happen here is that they it will take sales away from the standard trend model. And then you go up if you really want another 20 odd thousand rand to titanium, which is again, same engine, same everything else, just again, a little bit more spec. Going to be interesting. I think this one could just be the bulk seller, if you ask me, from that point of view, because it makes value. So I'm mentioning 18,000 rand, etc. The actual price of the car, 393,700, just under 400,000 rand to get you into this EcoSport Active. It's definitely competitive in the market segment. You know that, you know pricing, you know what else you can get for the same kind of money, and this certainly is eye-catching for the price. So for the person that wants to stand out from the crowd a little bit, this is one of those that could make the difference, and it could be very worthwhile. Overall, I think if you're looking in this market segment and you're looking at 400, just under 400,000 rand, you better put this on your shortlist and go and see it and check it out for yourself before you make a final decision on what car you're buying for yourself. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. I'll see you next time.